A very good afternoon. Welcome to the past day of February 2024. I am Nausina Lima. This is Lookuptv trending news. And do stay with us for the next few minutes as we bring you up to speed with the latest. Let's begin. A petition has been filed before the Judicial Service Commission seeking the removal of Chief Justice Martha Koome from office. The petitioner, Michael Kojo Otieno, claims that the Chief Justice failed to follow the law in appointing members of the Tax Appeal Tribunal while appointing persons to serve at the Tax Appeal Tribunal. The judge failed to be honest in the execution of powers conferred to her by the Tax Appeal Tribunal Act based on powers conferred to the judge as a judicial officer, reads the petition in part.
Did not comply with the provisions, express clear provisions from prima facie evidence on recruitment of members at the Tax Appeal Tribunal. Whereas the powers which had been conferred upon the Chief Justice, she relied on an old law instead of a new law, the Tax Appeal Tribunal Amendment Act of 2022, whereby Section 4B states that while appointing the members to be at the Tax Appeal Tribunal, they should not be less than 15 and not more than 20. And as per to the Kenya Gazette, dated on 19th, I have it here with me, dated on 19th May 2023, that is Gazette notices 6285, 6286 and 6287. Excellency, the Chief Justice appointed 22 members, which is contrary to the dictates of the law. There are two Gazette notices, that is 6285, three Gazette notices, 6285, 6286 and 6287, whereby members of the board who were appointed were 22. The other ambit is that she relied on a wrong provision of the law. And if you look at the Judicial Officers Code of Conduct, that is Rule 35, states that a judicial officer shall exhibit respect to the rule of law, comply with law, avoid impropriety and appearance of impropriety, and act in a manner that promotes public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of the judicial service.
Now, the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions has filed an extradition proceeding against Kevin Adam Kinyanjui Kangethe, who is suspected to have murdered his girlfriend Margaret Mbitu at Massachusetts in the United States of America between October 30th and November 4th, 2023. According to the ODPP, the fugitive is wanted by the Chelsea District Court at the County of Suffolk for the prosecution of a first-degree murder. He is alleged to have murdered his girlfriend Margaret Mbitu by stabbing her multiple times in the face and neck, leaving her in a locked car in a parking garage at Boston Logan International Airport. The DPP has informed court that his office received a formal extradition request from the United States of America to the Office of the Attorney General and Department of Justice for the arrest and extradition of fugitive Kevin Kangethe.
Thank you, Anna. One, we wish to state that we do wish to put in a formal response to the same by way of an affidavit. As to state your order, the application is lengthy and pretty detailed. It's just fair to have as much weighty response to the same.
The respondent will be detained at the Director Police Station or any other police station within the Republic of Kenya that is convenient for mobile investigations for a period of 30 days to enable the investigating officer, number 241343, Inspector Patrick Overi of Directorate Homicide Investigation, to expedite his extradition process and subsequent prosecution in the US. So that at this juncture, the issue of bail and these are the directions we were seeking. Because already there's a court order for him to be detained for the next 30 days. Yes.
The prosecution counsel is given time to put in the affidavit. He has indicated he intends to file in a position to bail on bond same be filed and served today upon the task for the respondent, who shall then be at liberty to file a response, if any, by the close of business on 2nd of February this year, that is tomorrow. Number 2, the counsel for the respondent is also given time to file and serve replying affidavit in regard to the notice of motion dated 31st of January 2024 and filed on the same date.
And in the Western region, President William RUTO has this afternoon presided over the launching of M-Pesa Foundation classes in Naitiri, Bungoma County. This as he begins a tour in the county, traversing the 4 sub-counties of Bungoma North, Webuye East and West, and Bungoma South. The tour will then progress to Webuye East, where he will preside over the groundbreaking ceremony for the Webuye ESP market, and later cross over to Webuye West, where he will visit the Nzoia Sugar Company guest house to distribute payment checks to Nzoia sugar farmers and flag off the distribution of subsidized fertilizer to support the local farming community.
ya kusomesha watoto wa Kenya, kwa sababu tunajua umuhimu ya masomo ya watoto wetu, ndio inatuletea usawa katika taifa letu la Kenya. Mtoto wa maskini na mtoto wa tajiri wanakuwa sawa wakipata elimu. Ni kweli? So education is the single most important asset that we have to create equality in Kenya and to develop our young people and to empower our citizens so that they can contribute meaningfully to the development of our country, the growth of our economy, and the progress that we all want to share.
Machakos County Governor Wavinya Ndeti has condemned the assault incident on a member of the County Assembly by the County Inspectorate, which left a lawmaker with a broken leg. Boniface Moeke, the MCA for Kalama Ward, had gone to the Machakos court in solidarity with Douglas Musyoka, his Masi counterpart, who was arrested on Tuesday on accusations that his homestead in Machakos was not built per county government regulations. In a statement on Thursday, Governor Wavinya faulted the way the officers handled the matter and the MCA, calling for an immediate probe into the matter and for those found involved to be held culpable. And I quote, "I take great expectations at the humiliating treatment meted out on the leaders. I wish to reiterate my administration's commitment to adhere to the rule of law and respect to the rights of all persons, including all leaders," read part of a statement. Likewise, the Machakos County Assembly Speaker Ann Kusia has expressed her concerns over the incident, urging leaders and security authorities to safeguard the well-being and rights of MCAs across the nation. The MCA suffered a broken ankle and was escorted by Machakos OCS to the police station, where recorded at a statement. The spouse of the Deputy President, Pastor Dorcas Rigati, has accused religious organizations of remaining silent while the lives of young men are destroyed by alcoholism, drugs and substance abuse. Speaking after meeting with members of the clergy in Karuri, Kiambaa Sub-County, Pastor Dorcas said many religious leaders know the people involved in the sale and distribution of drugs and substances in the areas but never speak out against them.
Unafikiri ni mara ngapi amekuja akiangalia sisi kama kanisa, tukiona yale mambo yanaendelea kwa nchi yetu tukinyamaza? Wengine wanasema hatutaki kusema kwa sababu serikali itafunga kanisa. Kanisa ni gani ambaye haiwezi kuendeleza neno la Bwana na ukweli wake na kwenda huko nje na kuambia maovu ni maovu? Kama kitu ni kiovu, ni sin is sin and you must call it sin. You cannot keep quiet. People are selling poisons. The church knows. Even my brothers, you also know. People are selling bangi. And they are killing our children.
There are clubs that they are necessarily wine and spirit, but they have been given 24-hour license for bar and restaurant. So our officers feel frustrated. Because when you arrest somebody who has a bar and restaurant, they will just be released by the courts. So we've done, and we are a very good team. Since I came here, there have been a lot of work. So we are these are our children. Let's not actually destroy our children by bringing bars to the estates, to the villages.
The National Assembly Health Committee has recommended the creation of another body to register and inspect health facilities and leave the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentist Council KMPDC with the sole responsibility of registration of services and professionals. Committee Vice Chairperson Patrick Munene said that KMPDC is to blame for the mess that is currently facing health sectors in the country, noting that they have been registering private hospitals, health facilities to levels 4 and 5 despite them not meeting required standards.
One of the main issues that we have realized as a committee throughout our trip and throughout our audit is that the body responsible for registering and classifying hospitals in this country, which is KMPDC, failed Kenyans. Because some of the hospitals we have found registered as level 4, as level 5, and you look at the facilities they have, the services they are offering, then you realize KMPDC failed this country terribly. I even say that KMPDC needs to offer public apology. Money came from NHIF. No model of KNHIF accounts. They paid. So NHIF, we realized, was a main conduit for Kenyans to lose money.
Like the chairman said, if the money we pay to NHIF was used efficiently, it is enough to pay for every Kenyan hospitalization or outpatient in this country.
We have a serious bone to crack with NHIF. We want to thank the president that because that has already been done, we have done away with NHIF, but the same thing might happen to the new organ we have formed, the chief. So this investigation and this trip will help inform our discussion in Parliament as we table these reports, so that members of Parliament across the country will have time to go through these reports and our findings and give recommendations.
Because we're going every hospital, every facility that has a code 15, we are seeing abnormal surgeries. Sometimes we even have members, our voters or our citizens calling us to help them with a pre-authorization with NHIF.
Take your patient today to a government hospital, what we call public hospitals, and they require maybe an operation that is supposed to be paid by NHIF. By the time you get an authorization for that patient to be operated on in this country from a public hospital, it's a long process. But for the hospitals we have gone now, the private hospitals, we find that the process of getting authorization from NHIF seemed very easy. So it seems there was a collusion between NHIF and the specific hospitals.
But one of the strongest recommendations as it is coming out in our tours is that KMPDCU is the elephant in the room and it must be dealt with.
Away from that, the Pastoralist Parliamentary Group is now calling for a ban on export of all unprocessed leather and importation of leather products in the country. The group noted that the leather sector, which had been neglected for years, has the potential of supporting the pastoralists and earning the country billions of shillings every year. This came as it emerged that the East African Legislative Assembly, EALA, had already imposed the ban on leather products so as to cushion pastoralists. The group is on a workshop with national and county government offices in Rift Valley, Lodge and Naivasha.
Kenya tunataka serikali peke yake kufanya ni kuban importation of leather products. Wananchi wenyewe wataweza kuinvest. Kuna local and international investors ambao wataona kuna raw material, hiyo ngozi 3.5 milioni ambao zinachinjwa na zingine zinakufa kwa sababu ya kiangazi. Wanaona kwamba kuna soko ya watu milioni 50 watoto zaidi ya milioni 10 ambao wanaenda shule na wanafaa viatu ya ngozi. Kuna leather jackets, kuna wallets, kuna mishipi, na kuna pia jeshi wetu na askari ambao wanafaa viatu za ngozi. Kwa hivyo market inaonekana, na pia tuko na vijana, human capital. Kwa hivyo wakishaona hivyo, sisi wenyewe tutainvest na kuweza kuwezesha watu kupata kazi, na pia serikali kuweza kufaidika kwa sababu ya ushuru ambao watalipisha ngozi, viatu za ngozi ambazo zitatengenezwa na yenye zitauzwa ng'ambo.
That the matters of the pastoralist, the matters of the pastoral economy is part and parcel of the agenda of the Kenya Kwanza. And for that reason, we as leaders, we want to take advantage of that to make sure that our issues are on the discussion table.
Na tunasema kama wafugaji kwamba tunataka kujipanga kama wafugaji. Ndio kama kuna faida ambayo inatoka kwa serikali pia kama vile inaenda kwa wakulima, pia wafugaji waweze kupata. Tunasema kwamba kwa mara mingi tumeona wakulima wakifaidika katika subsidies pengine za fertilizer, lakini kama sisi wafugaji tunaweza sema hatujafaidika kwa vilivyo. Na ndio sababu leo tumekutana kama wabunge na wafadhili wetu tuweze
And now you're on the know right here on Trending News. Here's what you can expect at 7 p.m. and at 9 p.m. We're following up on the story of Martha Koome's impeachment. Now, there is a petition that has been filed before the Judicial Service Commission by Michael Kojo Otieno seeking the removal of Martha Koome from office. And, of course, we'll be giving you details on what it takes to oust a Chief Justice from office. So we do stand by for that story as well. We'll be looking at Kevin Kanyethe, the murder suspect that is in the country, set